Welcome to day 46, and we have left the Hikers Welcome Hostel in Glencliff, New Hampshire, and we're going to go back down here, get on trail, start southbound, and myself and All Day right behind me here are just going to go to the next hostel because it's going to rain and we're being sissies and we don't want to sleep on the rain.
Don't forget Hey Jude.
And then we got Hey Jude in back, but he is doing 20 some miles a day and he thinks he wants to hike with us, but he'll get bored really quick and take off. Anyway, welcome to day 46, and we are going to get back on trail. So the morning is starting out foggy and very humid. I'm sweating like crazy. I'm climbing a PUD, that's P-U-D, which stands for pointless up and down. So I'm going up to the top of this thing, and then I'll be going back down again, and then starting the ascent of Mount Mist, which will be the climb for the day. So did about 9 miles today from the Hikers Welcome Hostel. Got picked up by the Barn Door Hostel, and this is in Rumney, New Hampshire. Thought it was going to be turning a really bad day, but actually the weather got kind of nice. So might have been able to continue, but regardless, we got picked up and came into the Walmart, got a few essentials. I grabbed a sandwich for dinner and a couple needed items such as the Voodoo Ranger Hazy IPA. Right now, because I need the calories, I'm eating today's lunch, and then I'll take a shower, clean up, and eat my submarine sandwich that I picked up at Walmart. So that's it for the evening. We're gonna spend the night in the hostel here. We'll get back on trail tomorrow. They're gonna leave at 7:30, I think, take us back out there, and then I'll check in tomorrow on day 47. For now, Semper Fi and Recon out. Good morning and welcome to day 47. Here I am at New Hampshire, Route 25A. Had a very nice night last night at the Barn Door Hostel in Rumney, Maine. So I'm getting back on trail and heading south. All Day, that's his trail name, who I've been hiking with for a couple of days, had to stay behind. He had a virtual doctor's appointment that he's going to do from the hostel. He'll be back on trail in a couple of hours. So I'm going to do about 10 miles, get up to the top of Smart Mountain where there's a fire warden cabin and also a fire tower. Take me several hours. I'm gonna have to carry water up. That's not gonna be fun, but it is what it is. So probably another night on trail after tonight, and then roll into Hanover in 2 days. I'll have to figure it out. There's no accommodations really for hikers in Hanover. It's a college town. It's the home of Dartmouth University. So my friend may pick us up for the night. That remains to be determined. So for now, remember our Gold Star families. Semper Fi and Recon is going to continue the march south. Seems like I am always in the mud. I was in the mud a good bit yesterday. It had stopped for some of the White Mountains because of the elevation, I think, but I'm back in the mud again. It's not quite as bad as it has been in terms of depth. I must say, I find this an incredibly frustrating phenomenon. First of all, because I don't like walking through ankle-deep mud, but secondly, because I just don't deal with this in the South. In my home state of Virginia, where I do a ton of backpacking, we just don't have anything like this, where there's these mud bogs that you can't really avoid, just go on for hundreds of miles. Pretty little stream here. This, the app is telling me, is a branch of Brackett Brook. I'll hit another branch in about 3/10 of a mile, and then I'll need to fill up on water to carry it up to the top of Mount Cube, which is the first climb of the day. I think it's supposed to thunderstorm later.
Yeah, it's looking like 3 or 4 o'clock probably.
There's Smart Mountain, and there, sticking up on that one slope is a fire tower. You can't really see. Still coming down from Mount Cube, and that round mountain right behind me there, that is Smart Mountain. and that's the fire tower where I expect to spend the night tonight. Nice day. It's a little humid, but otherwise it's been nice. Thunderstorms this afternoon, so I want to get up there as quick as I can. That's a pretty nice creek. I think it's Jacob Creek. Anyway, now I've got plenty of water. I'm coming down from Mount Cube. I've got water. I'm gonna find a place to sit down and have some lunch, you know, quick lunch, because I want to keep getting up Smart Mountain before the thunderstorms happen, hopefully. There's my mountain with the fire tower. Doesn't really seem like I'm getting any closer, honestly. This trail is super nice right through here. There's dirt, with little bitty rocks in it. It's so nice. This kind of trail does not exist north of here. I did not see anything like this in the White Mountains or in Maine. So I'm enjoying this while it lasts. It probably won't last long. I like it. Nice. So I'm going up to that fire tower. It's about 3 miles from here. It's about 2,000 feet above me. I just filled up with water at this creek back here. There's no water at the fire tower, and so I'm carrying up about 3.5 liters. So somewhere around almost 8 pounds of water. Got to carry up this hill. Because I'm obsessive and also a masochist, I did the math. I'm carrying 8.14 pounds of water, 2,000 vertical feet, and 3 miles. That's going to be quite the pleasure. So, can't be helped. There's no water up there, and that's where we're staying tonight. So, off I go. Welcome to day 48, and stayed on Smarts Mountain. This is an old fire warden's cabin, so that's where we stayed last night. And good thing too, because it rained like crazy. It stormed all night long. It's supposed to be decent today. Gonna go about 12.5 miles to the Moose Mountain Shelter, I believe. And then probably tomorrow roll into Hanover, and then we'll have to figure it out from there. There's no hostels in Hanover. My friend who may pick me up, don't really know yet. We haven't figured that part out. But anyway, according to the weather report I got a couple days ago, today's supposed to be nice. Right now it's drizzly and it's pretty cold, but we're gonna hike on. I'm a little worried. I'm having problems with my right ankle, a lot of swelling in my lower leg, and I'm concerned I might be developing a tendonitis there. I'm not sure there's anything I can do about it, but just keep walking. So hoping for the best. This is the view on the top of the fire tower. 360. It's pretty clouded in. You can see we're above the clouds actually. It's kind of cool. You can sleep up in there. I think somebody did. But I did not because it was going to storm. I didn't quite have the guts to go up there. There the trail goes right down there. Continuing my descent of Smarts Mountain. Stormed last night, like I said. We were in that fire warden cabin, and I was glad to be in there. It was just pounding on the metal roof, and it went on pretty much all night long. So there's water everywhere now. It's running down the trail. The mud is, of course, the mud is as muddy as always. Just kind of taking it easy to get down off this thing without slipping and hurting myself. And then we'll continue on to the Moose Mountain Shelter in about 11 miles. This is really too bad. It's a nice rock outcropping here, and I bet And normally there'd be nice views. But as you can see right now, it's just fog. It's too bad. Kind of popping out of the fog. And got a little bit of a view here from this rock outcropping. Get to see some stuff. There's a lake over there. You see the fog rolling in over there. It's supposed to rain at 10, but it's 11 o'clock now, so it never did rain. And I think I'm good after that. So hopefully no more rain. Nice little brook flowing here, and I was able to get some water. It's really nice. It's super clear, no floaties or crazy particles in it, and it tastes pretty good. So got my water, gonna continue on. So this is cool. I took a photo of the sign for Ackerley's house, promising water and ice cream. And there's a cooler, refrigerator, and it says, welcome, help yourself to one ice cream, and you can leave any trash in bucket and get water from hose. And it says, AT hikers are the best, my dad's saying. My understanding is that the son lives here and puts this out for hikers, but that it was a tradition that his father would put ice cream out for hikers. So we got some ice cream sandwiches in there. That's pretty sweet. That's definitely worth a break. So the son's carrying on the tradition. There's a sign down there at the trail that just points up this way. So very cool. I'm gonna take a quick break, dump my trash, and have an ice cream sandwich. So I'm sitting on Mr. Ackerley's porch. I've dumped my trash in his trash can, and I'm having an ice cream sandwich. And it's a pretty nice day for a break, and it's a super cool tradition he's got going on here. I'm sure the hikers love it. So I'm gonna have my ice cream sandwich and then be on my way. And here's the sign. And it directs you up to this trail here. And that goes to the house. So that was definitely a pleasant surprise and a nice little treat. Came to a nice little viewpoint here, a little break in the trees. Kind of cool. Way down there, the house. That's kind of neat. Good morning and welcome to day 49. And spent a pretty nice night in the Moose Mountain shelter. I didn't really find an adequate tent site for myself, but then all these northbounders came in and set tents up everywhere. So I guess maybe my standards are too high for a tent site and I just need to lower them a little bit. But nonetheless, it rained last night. I was in the shelter, stayed dry. I am now backtracking because I need to catch this piece of trail that I missed last night. There's a side trail went into the shelter and then out the other side, but it cut off a section of the AT. So now I am backtracking to get that piece that I didn't do, and then I'll get back on. So a note about that, there are different philosophies about hiking. Some people are called purists, and they get every single section. They don't miss a single foot of trail. For instance, if you pick them up on the right side of the road and you bring them back and drop them off on the left side of the road, they'll walk across the road to get that piece of trail they missed, that 30 feet or so. I'm not quite that obsessive, but I don't cut off any sections. So anyway, I had to backtrack to catch this piece of trail. Now I'm going to take the Blue Blaze across, but that way I haven't missed any of the AT at all. So the plan today is hike down to Hanover. My friend Jeff, who lives in Hopkinton, is going to pick myself and all day up in Hanover, take us back to his house for the night, and we'll get back on trail tomorrow morning. I made reservations for the Wise Pines Hostel in Woodstock, Vermont. So apparently Hurricane Debbie is coming ashore someplace and is projected to come up here to the northeast and dump all its rain. So we'll try to get off trail before that happens. Anyway, I'm going to continue on and I'll get up with you later. All right, I picked up that section of the AT that I bypassed by taking the side trail into the shelter. And so I have not missed any, well, I can't say that. So I did miss a little bit down there around Franconia Notch when I had to bypass that swollen creek. And then I missed 1/10 of a mile of AT in Maine. The same thing, taking the side trail to a shelter. But for the most part, haven't. And, you know, everybody's got to make their own decision about how they're going to hike their hike. Some people miss big sections and call it a through hike, and some people hitchhike, and some people tag every single white blaze. So I'm somewhere more at the every single white blaze end of things, but not quite that obsessive. So off I go into Hanover to get picked up and go into town tonight. So this is Wednesday morning, and looking at CNN, the projected path of Hurricane Debbie brings the rain up here at 2 a.m. Saturday morning. So that's going to be a horrible mess. We're going to go ahead and get off trail Friday and Saturday nights. Take Saturday off. It'll be my first 0 day in 2 weeks. So that's not terrible. And I just don't want to be hiking through that much rain. The creeks will be overflowed. It's going to be a mess. I never thought when I was planning a through hike that I would have to worry about hurricanes, but this is the second one since I started. That's been an issue for us. So anyway, we'll take a rest day at the Wise Pines Hostel in Woodstock, Vermont. So I did a little piece of mathematics that I found kind of discouraging. One of my thoughts was, could I make it to the end of this thing by Thanksgiving, to have Thanksgiving with the family? So I did the math. I've got something over 1,700 miles left. I've got 113 days till Thanksgiving. So that works out to an average of a little bit over 15 miles a day for 113 days, including rest days. And I don't think that's going to happen. I will probably be doing 15-mile days, maybe even closer to 20 once I get south of Vermont and this flattens out a little bit. But I don't think I'm going to average 15 miles a day all the way to Thanksgiving. So my next step then is to get as far south as I can, because I have family in southern or southwestern North Carolina, and if I can get at least past the Smokies, I get them to come pick me up and feed me. So anyway, it's 113 days away, and I'm already trying to figure out how to get a Thanksgiving Day meal. So I'm still cruising on down towards Hanover, New Hampshire, where my friend Jeff is going to pick me and my hiking partner all day up and take us back to his house for the evening. I just want to find out how lovely this is. I mean, this trail is pine needles and dirt, and it's fairly soft, and it's not crazy up and down. It's not gigantic boulders of granite like it was back in the White Mountains. The sun is coming through the trees. You can hear the birds. It's actually about 65 degrees, perfect temperature. So anyway, it's a really lovely day for hiking. I've probably got about 7.5 miles to go to get to Hanover. But I wanted to record this because I wanted there to be evidence that not every day is a brutal mud fest or rocky beat down. So here it is. Here's your proof. This is not the AT. This is a side trail I saw. I was just curious where it went. And this goes up over this little rise, and then I don't know where it goes. Look at that. There's a meadow there. And it looks like the trail cuts across that meadow. But I don't know. As far as I'm going to go, though, I got to get back on the Appalachian Trail. where I'm supposed to be. So the terrain has definitely changed. More open forest, probably been logged a few times. A bunch of these rock walls. And so my understanding is that back in, say, like the 17 and 1800s, the farmers in New England would dig these rocks out of their field and stack them along the edge of their property line and basically create a fence. So then when farming took off in the Midwest, the fields basically were just left to go in New England because the growing season was so short. So this may be old farmland that I'm walking through at this point. So interesting change of scenery. And in what might be one of the most shocking and incongruous things in the entire Appalachian Trail. You walk out of the wilderness to Dartmouth University and into Hanover, New Hampshire. This ain't something. Just walk right out of the woods and right here you're behind the, looks like the ball field or something. That's just crazy. I'm gonna go in here and probably just find a place to chill until all day catches up with me and my friend Jeff comes and picks us up. Look at this. Walks right out of the forest into a college town. All right, here we are leaving the Richard W. Black Community Center. This crosswalk is literally part of the Appalachian Trail here in Hanover. The sign says right there. I don't know if you can read that, it might be too bright. But anyway, I'm actually on the Appalachian Trail crossing this parking lot. So I'm gonna go up here and that's all day ahead of me. We're gonna stay on the AT, we're gonna go on until we can find a place to have a beer and wait for my friend. Believe it or not, here we are, walking down the sidewalk, still on the Appalachian Trail in the middle of Hanover. And here we are at Murphy's Irish Pub in downtown Hanover. So we're gonna sit here outdoors where we can't offend too many people with our smell and wait for my friend Jeff and maybe have a beer or two. Semper Fi, Recon out.